to you by Penguin.
The Shadows of Men by Abir Mukherjee. Read by Simon Bubb and Mikhail Sen. Even if the whole of India, ranged on one side, were to declare that Hindu-Muslim unity is impossible, I will declare that it is perfectly possible. Mahatma Gandhi.
1. Surendranath Banerjee. Men, I believe, are defined by the shadows they cast. Most, despite force of numbers and efforts, leave little trace. Like ants toiling under the noonday sun, their shadows are picayune and ephemeral. Others, like the trees of the forest canopy, cast a pall far greater, their penumbra eclipsing and influencing all who fall beneath. But there are others still, a deadly few, who pass through invisible, yet leave everything altered in their wake. In a world marked by the shadows of men, it is those who have no shadow who are the most dangerous of all. I should say, this is not Sam's story. It is mine. In truth, I would much rather he told you, but he cannot, at least not everything, because he was not there. Of course, that is unlikely to stop him sharing his 2 annas worth with you or with anyone else who might care to ask, but that is Sam for you, and that is why you require to hear my side of the tale, so that you may understand what actually transpired and why I did what I did. It is a burden I take up with reticence. Sam, naturally, would insist I grab the bull by the proverbials and just get on with it, Suren. But then he is always happiest when rushing in where angels fear to tread, generally with his eyes closed and usually head first. Yet, precipitous as it may be, there is little to keep me from such a course of action. It is not as though I currently have any more pressing engagements, and while I may no longer be sitting in a prison cell, my present movements are still curtailed to the few yards either side of this cabin, and by the fear that I might be recognized. I spend the days coming to terms with the consequences of my deeds. Sam believes I only did what needed to be done, and indeed the notion of my guilt baffles him. How could it not? He may be the most congenial of Englishmen, but he is still just an Englishman, and could never understand a concept such as Izzat, or the shame I have brought down upon my family. His life, like that of all his kinsmen in India, progresses with an unhindered serenity, as untroubled and uncomprehending of such things as the elephant is by the barking of pariah dogs, and oblivious to the Indian point of view. Even the lowest of them glides along with the air of those born to rule, not their own country, but ours. But I procrastinate when I should be recounting to you the story of my fall. The first thing to make clear is that I am not innocent. Still, I am not guilty of all of which I am accused. Nevertheless, there are most certainly some actions which, in hindsight, I have come to regret. And yet, if faced with the same circumstances, I cannot see what I would do differently. Sometimes a man must open his eyes and realize the truth about himself and the masters he serves. And sometimes he must sacrifice himself for the greater good. It began with a summons, a flimsy yellow chitti waved in my face by Shambhu, a rat-faced peon from the top floor, a lackey who considers himself superior to his fellow lackeys in the building on account of his being personal dog's body for the Burra Sahibs upstairs. If absolute power corrupts absolutely, then Shambhu was proof that even a minor dose can prove corrosive. I should have known, the instant I saw his crooked, beetle-stained grin, that like the gathering of the storm clouds on the southern horizon, the fates were aligning against me. He shambled up to my desk, handed me the note, and pointed to the ceiling with one bent finger and both bloodshot eyes. Boro Saheber theke chitti. Quickly I...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?